Okay. Afternoon, Druid. Just gonna do myself a quick audio check if you can hear me. Uh, just let me know that it's okay. Nice one, Robbo. Thank you. Right, let me just get the standings up as they were at the end of last race, so that we can quickly run through that and see how things pan out before this. Your P2 and P3, respectively, at the moment. They're both on 123 points, so this is going to be on 81 points, a little bit further behind, but it's not out of touch. But he's got a nice little lead over Juho, who is in fourth place. In fact, joint fourth place, sorry, with Robbo. So, yeah, Juho and Robbo both going into. I corrected again. It's a three-way tie for fourth place. So we've got Juho, Finn, Katie, Robbo, and Bendit, all on 63 points, all fighting for this fourth place. And then as the season progresses, obviously, it is the final spot of the podium for the Drivers' Championship. Then we have got in seventh place with Phil with 52 points. Another joint eighth position. So we've got Abule and Benki in 41 points for joint eighth. And then finally in the top 10 is Munken with 39 points, rounding that one out. And then again, lots of joint positions from 11th down in the standings, but we'll review that one a bit more at the end of the race. So let's get into Fuji. We've got the sprint first, and coming up for qualifying, this is quick. The constructors, all right. Well, yeah, I'll review that one as well afterwards. It's probably not the one that many people are actually concerned about, but you do get a little star on your name on the Discord if you get the constructors championship as well. So it's always worth playing for, and it's always a good bit of bragging rights as well, isn't it? So yeah, back to the qualifying. This is quick. This is really quick. This is tier 5, and this is a fast time. Kova has put himself on pole with a 136.054. That is fast, regardless of anyone racing. Even the top tiers were only just in the 35s, 34s. So for a tier 5 driver, it just goes to show just how tight the drivers are in ALR. And I think that's just not just because he's tier 5, or anyone that's tier 5 or tier 6 or anything like that makes anyone slow, because even the slowest driver in the entire league, whoever that may be, is still a fast driver in Gran Turismo 7. So yeah, these are quick. So Kova's put himself on pole with a 136.0. Shorka and Ahmad's both are championship leaders. The 136.6, again, only 4 thousandths of a second behind Benke in front of him. Then we've got Abule in the Aston Martin in 6th place. Bendit is in 7th with the that row being locked out by the Porsches with his teammate Bracy, both getting a 136.9. In 9th place in the Audi is Hadir with a 137, first person into those numbers. 10th place is Munken with a 137.2. 1/10 behind again is Abmoa, Robbo's teammate, doing a good job there. Kieran is in 12th in the McLaren with, what's he got? He's a 37.3. These times are tight between every driver. His teammate Chaos just behind him in 13th with a 137.4, less than half a tenth behind his teammate. Then we've got Phil in the FT1 VGT, 137.4 again, just another half a tenth behind Chaos in front of him. In 15th is Tomo, and he's got a 137.7. And finally is Juho with a 137.8. Not his best qualifying, but the Mercedes is quick off the line, and we will definitely be able to see him make some moves up into turn 1, where perhaps there may be some carnage, or we'll see these guys have some superb racing and all make it through cleanly. Let's wait and see. So coming into it now, we'll jump up to the front with these guys, expecting the Ferrari to be very good off the line. We'll just get the race information up as well. And there we go. Well, I've done that wrong, haven't I? I've not got the track information. Oh, all of it. There you go. Right, that's better. Let's jump back in. We'll start this one again. So it's 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're holding the line. And they're off. No full starts, so that's great from everybody. As we can see already, Shorka's getting a brilliant start off the line, as is Ahmad's in the Aston Martin coming up into turn 1. Shorka takes the lead. Ahmad slips into second place, but it looks like Kova might get the run up on the inside, gets the switch back. And everybody managing to make it through nice and clean, which is brilliant. We see the Porsches and the Ferrari 296s both dropping back a little bit, as Munken's managed to make up a couple of places, but gets a little bit loose on the entry of the long right-hander. I can never remember the name of these tracks. Oh, there's a little bit of bumping coming on, and Hidir is the loser out of that one. He goes wide, joins his teammate at the back of the grid. Oh, and what's happened here? Racy and Chaos have had an absolute mare of a start. Let's just jump back and see what happens. So we see Druid just comes in a little bit too hot on the inside of the corner, takes Bracy out with him. He does wait behind to allow Bracy to get through, but it's cost them both very dearly on that one. Good sportsmanship though, honest mistakes, and that's those two back on track. So Shorka's managed to get himself a nice little bit of a gap so far ahead of his main rival Ahmad's in P2, but Kova is not letting his pole position go. He is fighting for that position, so he's taking the wide line. He's going to go for the slow in, fast out approach, try and get it, but Ahmad's has defended brilliantly with the Aston Martin, and the acceleration of that car is definitely going to hamper Kova's attempts. But they've got the slip now coming down the start finish straight. As you can see, Shorka's trying to break the toe. Robbo having a look on the inside of, or the outside, sorry, of Abuse. Too easy, but Robbo's got the overspeed and he makes the move, and that's a great overtake from him. It's super clean. Obviously losing out a little bit for the poor start of the Ferrari, but it gets that position back and has already made quite a significant bit of progress to catch Benke back in front of him. As Kova's managed to get himself a half-second penalty. How did that one happen? Oh, he's gone too much on the curb, taken the bollard out with him, and that's going to... Is that the point? Yeah, there it is. It's obviously the fastest line, but it's tight to get it absolutely bang on. Easily done, that one. So he's going to serve that one at the end of this lap, most likely. So now we've got the two Porsches of Bendit and Abule. Oh, not Abule. Where's his teammate gone? Munken's got up there. Juho's taking a little bit of a trip off the track and has made a good start from lap 1. So in 2 laps he's got himself up to P10. Probably had a little bit more, but took a small excursion off the track, so that's cost him a little bit. Opting to go for the tighter line in the final corner. The power of that Mercedes V8 is definitely going to help him close up to Kieran ahead of him. However, the McLaren, once it gets into 5th gear, is a rocket ship. So it just seems to settle down a little bit. We've got a couple of people just back here getting quite close. So Abmo has managed to close the gap to Phil, as Phil really looked like he was about to go into the back of Juho for a minute then, but gets it stopped just in time, nice and clean. And then we've got Tomo up into 13th place now. Nice livery on that Audi R8 as well. Like that one a lot. The Druid is up into 14th place after we see Bracey's had another incident somewhere along the track and has gone off, and also managed to pick himself up a half-second penalty, so he's definitely not going to be enjoying this sprint race. Now Armaz has managed to get into pole position here as well, so let's just jump back and see when this happened. Oh, it's quite a while ago. So here we go, it's down the start-finish straight. It's going to be a pretty easy move, dives to the inside, makes it stick, closes the door on Shulker so he can't get through, parks it on the apex, and that is it. It is a move done. That is a nice overtake. Kova now will be looking to make his move on Shulker as well. And Kova's managed to pick himself up another half-second penalty. Shulker is just keeping it clean for the moment, biding his time, closing the gap to Armad. We're going to see him coming in through this next couple of corners. Can he close the gap significantly enough? Not quite. But the final sector now is the best part for this Ferrari. Just gets the rotation so much more than all the other cars. And you can see he's closed the gap. If only we had telemetry, but Kova's managed to get through there as well. That little Alpha is doing a great job. Light and nimble. Kova opting for the wider line, gets more speed on the exit, and he's right behind Shulker now. Unfortunately, that penalty is gonna throw him right back into the grasp of Benke and Robbo behind him. So let's see if these guys manage to make a move coming into turn one. If Kova manages to get away with this, Benke's looking to the inside. He's not quite got the speed of Robbo. He's having another brilliant overtake opportunity. Oh, as he loses the back end coming out of turn one, and that's just going to put him back behind Benke, allowing him a bit more room to breathe. Now Bulay's looking at that and thinking that he can get moved on Robbo as well, so he's closing the gap a little bit. I think that's the ability of the mid-engine Ferrari is just unmatched for this track. Robbo is having a brilliant race. Oh, as he goes wide as well, would that be a penalty? I think just about, if you stay on the green bit of the Astra, you get away with not getting a penalty if you run wide on that corner. So it does look like he's managed to get away with it. Robbo's holding fifth down for the minute. Abule isn't giving him much room to breathe. Bendit's close behind as well. I love a Rexy livery on the Porsches. And that's not one I've seen before, but it looks brilliant. I love the gold teeth as well. And now we've got Munken in 8th place. Kieran is in 9th. Juho is still in 10th place, trying to catch Kieran ahead of him. And Phil is in 11th. Ab's still in 12th. Tomo's in 13th. Chaos in 14th with a comfortable gap behind and doing everything he can to catch Tomo in front of him. And Bracey still coming along but managing to keep himself clean now. So he had the telemetry doesn't want to work for the last lap, so oh no, we're on lap 4 now, aren't we? That'll be why. So there we go. Now Armad's still fighting to hold on to that P1 both of these guys managing to break away from Kova a little bit, gives some breathing room. The pace of these guys is absolutely electric. We'll see Shorker is almost definitely going to close the gap coming through this final sector, and then the power of the Aston Martin is just going to really help it to get away along the straight. Just see the front tyres wearing a little bit more on the Aston Martin than the Ferrari behind, but not by much, so he's doing a really good job of tyre management on the V12. Now, and he gets such a good exit out of that last corner that he manages to gap Shorker by quite a bit, almost enough to break the toe, really. But whatever he's doing a very good job of it. He's just got 5 more laps, or 6 more laps to go to defend this. I'm sure he's feeling a little bit sweaty in his cockpit. But now Robbo is still all over the back of Benke, fighting for 4th place. Oh, what have I done here? The R2 button. These guys all having a superbly clean race. Let's just drop back a little bit, see how these guys. So Bule is still in 7th, Munken's in 8th, Kieran is super close behind Munken now. We might see something happen as we come onto the start-finish straight, as Munken goes just a touch wide. Get on the grass, slightly dirty tyres for the next few corners, but hopefully doesn't make too much of a difference for him. And we see Jiho has got Phil right over the back of him as well now. Ahmad has lost it, so let us jump back and see what happened here as we just jump back to the front. Thanks for the heads up on that one, Robbo. Too busy looking at the back, so we're sticking with these guys coming through here. Is this going to be just a simple, runs a bit too wide, gets on the grass, oh, and there's contact, and it's just sent him round. Does he save it? Oh wow, he does. What a save. But it has put him back down into 5th place. So let's just jump back again and we'll ride on board with these guys. So as we come into the right-hander down here, Ahmad does look like he misses his braking point and goes a bit wide. As he comes back on, there's a bit of contact, but to be honest, there's no malice with that. It's just an unfortunate racing incident. And now he's got all this work to do again to try and get back up towards the pointy end. And who's he got behind? Now he's got Bendit, and Bendit's managed to get up into 6th place as well, ahead of Abule. So it's good for Bendit's results following his P1 last time round at Lego Maggiore. So what can we see from these guys? Ahmad, has just... Oh, is he going to lose his position to Bendit as he comes through? Oh, there's a bit of contact again. That might be considered a bit of a push to pass. We have had the stewards' results, but I've not looked at them, so I'm not too sure what would be the result if that was reported or not. Ahmad isn't going to be happy about it. Oh, was it? Wow, that was... yeah, wow. So let's just ride on board here and see what happens with that one. It's got the position, quite simple. Oh, we see Benke makes a mistake in front. Bendit hits the brakes to avoid contact, and Ahmad doesn't see that and then clears straight into the back of him. It is a pretty honest mistake, but Bendit is definitely the biggest loser out of that one. Where do we see Bendit? So here we go, coming round the long right-hander, gets the punt, very unfortunate, puts him in the wall, gets some damage, and and then gets a full reset as well. Oh, all the way down to 12. That is going to be absolutely gutting for him. He was doing so well. He may even lose an extra position here to Tomo as he comes through, as he just about gets back up to speed. Holds onto the position so far, but that is a really gutting result there for Bendit. 4 laps left. Maybe he can close the gap up to those in front. We saw him do it last week as well. Get a couple of positions. Maybe he can get the reverse grid pole, try and salvage something from this race. So let's jump back up. So Shorka's still in first place with a comfortable gap to Kova behind him. Robbo's managed to get up into third. So let's jump back again and see where this one happened following the incident with Bendit. Oh, Benki just gets it all kinds of wrong, and Robbo flies up the inside, making the most of Benki's mistake, and now he's got everything to lose with a podium on the cards. Benki trying to defend from Ahmad's behind, who's a little bit of door banging these two. Not happy with whatever kind of contact comes. And Ahmad is right on the back, already got the slip enough to make a move to the outside, but although the Aston Martin is fast off the line, its top speed really does lack, whereas the Lamborghini might manage to pull it back by the time they get to the braking line, but they're side by side. Ahmad has got the inside line. Unless Benki can do something absolutely magical through here, gets the cut back, but he doesn't have enough power to put down to get the position back off Ahmad. So Ahmad's back up into fourth now, having a good recovery drive from his incident earlier on in the race. Abuli not far behind Benki either, so it could be a potential good points haul for the Aston Martin team in the constructors. Now we've got Robbo comfortably on his own at the moment. I'm sure he'll be happy with that one. In third place. Kova is in second. Not too far behind Shorka, but not really able to close the gap significantly enough to concern Kova with anything at the moment. It does look like we've lost a driver as well. Perhaps there was a disconnect somewhere along the line. We did start the race with 16 drivers. But Chaos is not too sure if Chaos has lost that position or if he's just caught up really close to Tomo behind it. So he's in 14th position. Tomo's in 13th. Bendit's managed to pull away from those two very quickly, and you can see the main pack up ahead of him, so he's closing the gap. A few laps left to go to try and get into a reverse grid pole, if he can do it. When he's got the bit between his teeth, this guy is a fast driver and can really pull some things out of the bag. Currently, Almo is looking quite comfortable to hold on to the reverse grid pole at the moment. Juho's managed to close the gap right back up again to Kieran, but it looked like he got a little bit of a bump on him, which has pushed him back ahead, so not making his life easy for himself. It doesn't look like Juho's quite able to match the nimbleness of the McLaren in front of him, especially through this final sector with the much tighter corners and also a lot of off-camber as well, which really doesn't help with your stability too much. But he takes the tighter line. Is he going to see it this time? He's super close to the back of Kieran, but you can already see the McLaren starting to put away a little bit. Now we're going to see the move. He goes. Why does he go to the outside? Always go to the inside. Now Kieran can defend that coming into turn one. So unless Juho manages to hang it around the outside super well, is he going to look for the cutback? He's just not got the pace there, and Kieran holds on to that one very easily. So yeah, always go to the inside if you're going to overtake. So you get the advantage on the next corner. Now he's got to do that work all over again, a whole nother lap. So there we have Kieran in 8th. Munkin is up to 7th place in 458. Doing a good job there. Abule is still in 16th, kind of in no man's land between 7th and 5th. Benke in the Soul Lamborghini this week, doing a really good job in this tier. Actually, yeah, that's right, Robbo. I've not looked at the tyres, so we can see Benke's tyres are getting really... Well, he's not done too badly for softs. Now we see the Aston is definitely pretty dead, which is to be expected on the heavy front engine car. I imagine Robbo's doing well in the MR car. This is more of an MR track, definitely suits itself. The Alpha's doing pretty good too, as is the other Ferrari of Shorka in the front. The Porsche's doing pretty good on its tyres, so is the McLaren, as you'd expect. Another MR doing well. Surprisingly good tyres on Phil's Toyota. Oh, as Bendit's managed to Bendit's binned it again, and he's done it all by himself. How has he done this? He's coming out of turn one. Oh, he gets on the Astro, puts too much power down, and that is it. Spins himself round. It's a fast recovery though, fortunately, pointing in the right direction. But all of that work he did just to catch up with Phil in front of him, completely undone. Fortunately, he's got plenty of space behind himself, not to have to worry as he drifts round the left-hander. So, plenty of breathing room for Phil, but he is on a mission trying to get past Abmo, who again is trying to get past Munkin in front of him. But we're going to have to jump back to the front because we're already getting to the end of the sprint race, and Shorka comes through the last corner, going a little bit wide, but it doesn't matter because he's got plenty of time behind him, and this is on to the start finish straight, extending his championship lead, gets the P1 position. Couldn't have gone better for him this round, gets the fastest lap as well, so there's a bonus point there. Kova comes along in second with the pole point as well. Robbo gets a fantastic result for third. Ahmad gets fourth. Benke's in fifth. Abule in sixth. So the Kieran gets seventh. Juho's in eighth, and it's down to the line for Abmo and Phil. Munkin 12th comes for Bendit. Then we've got Tomo and Chaos is down to the line again. It's a 13th for Tomo. Chaos holds on to 14th, and then we've got Bracy at the back of the track. We'll just hurry through this one to get him through as he comes across the line and gets the final position. Now, let's run through and see what happens. Do we get the 16 drivers back for the feature race? as it's taking its time. Right, let's get the info up now. That looks like it is it is wet. It's a wet race, wet start at least, slightly damp, but we can see that these guys are all starting on slicks. So anything up to that first bar on the tyre meter in the left will mean that you can still get away with the slick tyre. So it's clearly rained at some point in the last probably half an hour to an hour of the race so far, but it's just drying out enough for these guys not to have to jump to intermediates. But we'll run through the tyres, see if anybody does end up going for that one and what the sort of strategies will be. I think the one stop was the optimal pit strategy for this race. However, if there is rain, then well, there you go. Look, it started damp, but no rain after the start, so it's just going to be a standard dry race. So one stop, probably the optimal strategy, but two stops because it is a short pit lane, not necessarily a bad idea if you can make it work. So we've got Admo in pole position on a racing card. So we'll probably see him do the one stop to the mediums. Let's say we're going to say probably around lap 14, 15 was Kieran, also on mediums. Abuli going for hard tyres in 5th place. Benke's on the hards in 6th. Armaz goes for hards in 7th. Both the Aston Martins going for the same strategy. Robbo also going for the hard tyre at the beginning, getting it out the way. Kova goes for the hard tyre as well. Shorker goes for the medium, clearly wanting to make up as many positions as he can at the start of this race whilst everyone's nice and close, using the acceleration of the Ferrari to the best advantage. Phil's in 11th place on the medium tyre. Bendit's going for the medium tyre with a bit of a vendetta against this track, wanting to make up some positions, going for the softer strategy, maybe even going for the two-stop. We'll see from him. Does manage to make his tyres last for a very long time, does Bendit. He's very good on his tyres. Then we've got Tomo on the hards in 13th. Chaos is in 14th on the mediums as well. The McLaren is also very good on its tyres as well. Bracey is in 15th place, and then we've got Hadir, who was our driver that must have disconnected from the sprint race in the final Audi in 16th, also on the hard. So a good mix of people going for different strategies in this race, but let's jump on board and see what these guys do. We're going to expect Munken to perhaps have a little bit of a run on Admo in the other Ferrari at the front. So without any further waffle, let's get on with the feature race. So here we go. Munken pulls to the inside. Juho very close behind already. The power of that Mercedes looking to the inside. Going to make a position already into turn one. Munken brakes late and holds on to that position. Not quite enough, and everyone just about managing to get through. We're not seeing any major contact from these guys. Robbo, how do you manage to do it? You can have such a good start and then it all goes bad. But your teammate gets a whopping great punt from Munken. Coming into the left-hander, doesn't wait for that one, but we might see him yield the position a little bit further down. Doesn't want to give away too much too soon to Juho. Juho manages to make a move up on the inside. Admo is probably still just a little bit unsettled from his off, maybe even having a little bit of dirty tyres. So good start for Juho, making up on the position there. Then we've got Benke already up into 4th. Oh, he started in 4th, didn't he? But he's hot on the heels of Admo in front of him. And both of these guys on the harder tyre, so pretty equal coming through the start-finish straight of the end of lap 1. Then we've got Avule in 5th with his teammate in 6th behind him, managing to get a position on Kieran already through the thing, through the first lap. And now Ahmad's is probably not going to get any competition from his teammate coming through this corner, but Avule does need to... Oh, and Admo's managed to go down again. Let's just see what happens here. So coming into turn 1, there's going to be a bit of contact between these guys. We just go deep. Comes out, manages to go a bit too wide on the AstroTurf. Feathers the throttle a little bit, but definitely loses out on that one. Cost him a few positions there. Manages to slot back in front of Kieran, so he doesn't lose that position as well. But now he's just going to have to hold on for dear life as Kieran goes really wide. Still hangs on to that one. We'll drop that down just to see what. So Shorka's up into 8th now. Kova's still behind. Oh no, sorry, he's lost out as well to Shorka because he's in 9th. So Shorka's had a good start to this race, making up a couple of positions already. And then we've got Phil in 10th, Bendit still in 11th, Chaos in 12th. Not doing a bad job so far. Tomo's in 13th. It is all the way up into 14th. That's a good start for him. And Robbo is in last place, so you did have a mare. When did this all happen? So he was in 8th place. Oh, there's a whole lot of collecting going on through there. Gets sandwiched a little bit. It's not a lot he can do when you're in that position. Gets front damage. Everybody's... Oh, it is tight. 3 or 4 people wide coming through that corner. Comes out. Goes very wide in order to avoid everybody. He's right behind Shorka. Again, if I'm saying your name wrong, I do apologise, but please feel free to tell me how you're supposed to say it. Oh, and there we go. What was that? Was it something further behind that caused that? I think if we ride on with Bendit, we'll see a little bit of what happened. So it's not Bendit, it's Bracy and Chaos that go wide through the corner, and I think they maybe just... See if we can hang on to it. Oh, he just gets a little bit loose and goes off onto the grass. Has to lift off to get the stability. Wrong. Oh, these... I do apologise, Druid. So much happens so quick sometimes, it's hard to keep up with it. But you're not... it's not really any contact with anybody, just a small racing incident coming through that corner, but all's fair in the end. For these two fighting for this position, Chaos has now got the inside line, will be able to defend it. Although, wow, we see Bracy go for a... I would say a dive, but it's not a dive. He just completely misses his apex, his braking point, sorry. Which now allows Robbo to catch up to him as well. Bracy going for a slightly wider entry into the corner, which might allow Robbo brakes instead. Yields the position, doesn't want to go too much too soon. Still a long race, 23 laps to go. So we'll jump back forward to the front of the grid. Munken with a relatively good gap now to Juho behind him in second place. Benke in third place now. As you see, Armaz is super close behind him, already making progress through the ranks. There, Abule, his teammate, doing his best to hold Kieran back as well. And Shorka is up to 7th place now. So we've seen a really good start in the first 2 laps for Shorka to get a few positions on as well. Now Abmo has managed to drop down all the way into 8th position, so he's probably had enough somewhere along, but I don't want to take too long over doing the comms, so we won't jump back for that one. But we've got Kova looking to make a move on Ammo, just bumping each other a little bit, maybe a little bit of netcode coming through. Both of them managing to get through without any penalties. And currently, you look at the map in the top corner, this Kova dives to the inside, but it's just not long enough. Oh, he gets a really good exit though. Abmo not able to really fight that one, and he loses a position out. And now he's got Bendit all over the back of him as well, who's looking for that move, goes to the inside. Are we going to see anything happen here? Do they keep it clean? Abmo just goes wide on his own, rejoins the track safe enough, and now he's got Phil behind him as well. Oh, as he just gets a little bit of contact and gets spun round by Phil. Or was that Phil? Let's just jump on and see, just to make sure. There's nothing there so far. Oh, he looked like there's contact to that one.